be without fear is in the now. I'm learning how. Fast life, no thanks, no I'm doing just fine. One foot in another, floating, enjoying my freedom.
Hi everyone, welcome to We Keep It Real with Ariane. This is Ariane Tavakol and I'm your host today. And I'm so excited about our guest of today and the topic that we are going to present to you, because as all of us, I think, in the world by now, we're all stuck inside and maybe going a little bit stir crazy, maybe also feeling a little bit stifled and unhappy with the way things are, since we keep seeing the same thing every day. And we may want to, add some pizzazz and use whatever we have at home to create something new. So create a new decor, maybe new designs, and learn a few techniques along the way. So today, my good friend and my beautiful blogger and now interior decorator, Yuliia, will be teaching you a few really amazing tips. So without further ado, I am going to introduce you to Yuliia, and then she will go ahead and tell you much more about her and what she does. And then we'll get straight into some of her cool tips and tricks about how to use our jars or glasses or paper that we have at home and we don't want to throw away, and we want to recycle and turn them into something really, really cool. So hi Yuliia, so good to have you here.
Hi Ariane, hi everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you for this opportunity to share the ideas and the projects we have. So yeah, my name is Yuliia and I do have a blog. That's how we met with Ariane. And then I also recently started a sustainable project, which is idea behind to recycle, reuse the glass and cardboard we have. And we try to upcycle it and give it, reinvent it and give a second life and introduce these pieces to the people lifestyle, to the sustainable lifestyle, because it's kind of nice when we try to reuse and recycle as much as possible around us. It's good for our environment, it's good for us, it's our social responsibility. So I guess it's really important nowadays. And now, today I want to share with you some ideas which you can do at home while we are all in self-isolation, and it's hard, and it's maybe will cheer up a little bit your space and your environment and bring some new energy, some positive vibes. So I hope it will be fun for everyone. And the other thing I want to share before we come to these details and the reuse and recycled materials which we can use at home, I just want to say that, this outbreak is hard for everyone. So I think it's time to be brave. Just move furniture around, find your perfect light and spot for focusing and productivity at home. If you have your home office, try to declutter as much as possible and also go through your furniture and see what is not working for you, and maybe donate those for some families in your community who are stuck at home with maybe kids and also looking for extra furniture with you, which maybe you don't need it now because you need more space for your sport activities or I don't know, more space in your home. So yes, you can see
Changing the energies a little bit around and
yeah, let it flow.
Yeah. Let it flow. Yeah.
With the clutter, you see, we rid of the we don't have any closed space at home, and then it's kind of discipline you to not collect lots of stuff and to maybe make it simple, and sometimes less is more. So we try to follow that idea. And now while we're at home, I was thinking about it because we recycle a lot of materials in Zurich, and we go to recycle centers or recycle neighborhood bins and containers where we throw all the glass and metal and all sorts of materials we use at home from the products. So I was thinking that we don't do it now so often because we do our responsibility to stay home and protect the ones we love around us. So this is also good. The ideas I will give you today to reuse some of this trash materials, which you usually would go and throw in something beautiful in your space. So in that case, you don't need to go so often to those recycled places, or you don't need to throw it to the garbage. And that's also good because we are now all staying home. So, and from the first things I want to show you is like, you can take the simple glass jars and decorate them in the decoupage techniques, which Ariane will share in the links.
And I made one a while ago and I love it. It was more, I use it as a candle holder, but I think the principle is probably the same. So it's, I really love mine.
Yeah.
It was so much fun to make.
Yes, it's fun to make. It's great to do yourself or with friends over the video call or with your kids. You just take a simple glass jar, you decorate it in the decoupage technique. For those who doesn't know what is decoupage technique, it's when you basically glue a thin layer of a normal napkin on the surface with any kind of glue you have available at home, PVA or soft paper glue or special Poch glue if you have that on the craft project leftovers, for example. So it's basically you decorate your glass jars or even wood or cardboard with the napkins by gluing them over and then protecting them with the varnish layer. And what is good about it, you can use all sorts of jars you have at home. There are lots of videos. I already put some on Instagram and YouTube channel, which you can follow our videos, how we do it, just to have an idea what is decoupage, how you can decorate it, and how it will look. But also, if you have at home plastics, you can basically recycle plastic bottle by simply, just a second. Yeah, by simply creating a custom-made herb pots. You simply cut it and plant your herbs from your garden or balcony if you use for cooking, or even flowers you have in the plastic pot, which we also have a video how to do it just in 10 minutes. It takes very little time and no materials at all except your old plastic bottle to create this. And then you can actually customize, thanks to these bottles, what kind of jars you can put it in. Because all these jars which we have at home, they're not suitable for pots from the supermarket, which flowers and herbs normally sell with. So it's difficult to find something which would fit in this. Even if you create this beautiful piece, or if you buy it from our website, you will find that it's a hard time to find a pot which fits in the standard jars which we have. So this will solve the problem. You can just create this, and if I show you maybe like this, you can see that it's
so amazing. And do you have to put holes in the bottle, in the plastic for the, or
yeah. Yeah, in the video, it's also, I say there, you just don't forget to make a drainage holes underneath the plastic bottle with any sorts of equipment you have at home. You can make a hot pointy needle or knife and make a few holes just for the drainage. Just extra water will go there, and because it's glass, it's all fine. And that's it. And then just simple soil and herbs you have. And then you can also grow more of this, you can multiply them. You can create a whole bunch of these beautiful jars from the glass with this customized plastic pots. And then it will be your one tip though, because maybe some of you will try already from what do you have at home. I mean, a lot of us have different napkins. We can just go through the drawers, and self-discover what we have. But just see the size of the patterns you have. They should be according to the size of the jar you have, because sometimes there are beautiful patterns, but they're way too big, and then you have a hard time to adjust them to the bottles, and then it's kind of disappointing and let you down, and it's kind of not encouraging to continue with that. So just choose like something small and simple. If your jar is not so big, not very big, even if they're big, you can still make a few small different motifs rather than one huge one. And it's much easier to work with if you're a starter. If you just start and if you're in the beginning of this journey, it's much easier to manipulate with the small patterns rather than the one big one, because you have to glue it carefully, and that sometimes might be challenging. So that's one of other tips if you will try to do something at home. So we have the starter kits. To these starter kits, there is unboxing video already uploaded to the YouTube channel and the website, as well as instruction video, step by step, how you can create. We include 2 jars in the kit. So in the video, I show how to do one of the candle holders from the materials we have. And then you can follow that, or you can register on the website for the online workshop step by step. So you can get this kit, or maybe you already have some materials at home and you just, and we do online workshop. So but then everyone will have a materials, and then we do just step by step creating these beautiful pieces, and then you can, you know, keep it at home, give it as a present, send it to someone who needs a little bit of a spark, enjoying their life. So yes, and during these times and also afterwards, we want to keep it as an idea and as a rule to keep the starter kits for people, and as well as still maintain the online workshops as an option, because sometimes we are all in different countries or cities and still want to join, see each other, and experience this creative flow and create it something beautiful, because it's difficult and it's also different. You will see from the videos, of course, you can, you know, follow step by step if you have just a day off and you want to create something and focus on something else. But it's also great when there's a group of people and everyone is, you know, cheering, and there's a positive energy around. Everyone creates something. And sometimes you would never think of putting some pieces together until you see someone else doing something similar, you know. So I think it's fun, and it's really beneficial for our mental health to do some activities together. Although there are lots of videos which we can follow, it's nice to have a completely different experience. You're not afraid of asking questions. You don't need to search for if you don't know something. It's very easy to ask me, and I can help advise how to do.
You're a great teacher. You're very patient. And then, I mean, although it's much better to be live, but it's like this is the new now, right? The new way of doing things together, Zoom, you know, and it feels as real as it can get, you know. And I think I agree with you that there's nothing like having this group feeling and creating all together and getting excited, and each person could have their own little wine or whatever, you know, snacks as they're doing it, and with you sort of overlooking the whole thing. So if anyone has questions, you could answer live directly. That I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely a different experience, and it's much more, you know, much more interactive and much more entertained when we can communicate all together and then quickly ask me if something is wrong, or if you have some crazy ideas to go over the over the moon with your creations. We can all share and see how it works. So yeah, I think the Zoom is our new reality, and we adapt pretty well to that, because what can we do? Yeah, we have to. So there's nothing like a human communication, and we should now more than ever be connected to each other. So this is kind of combination of doing something creative and also communicating. Mm-hmm. It's important, and then we can always do different type of workshops online.
And how long do you think each workshop would take about?
I would say, well, normally in real life, it's quite long, right? The reason is because we are working with all sorts of paints and glues, which have to dry in between for a beautiful result. If you do online workshop, I would probably recommend to have everyone a hairdryer, next to them. And this is really cool though, when we do at home, everyone has a one hair dryer. You know, in the real life, we have to like bring the hair dryer. So think of something, and or we have one or two, and then people share. So it's kind of different experience. Here, everyone has one hair dryer.
And do their hair at the same time, you know?
Yeah, we do.
While they're waiting.
Blow the hairs and the jars at the same time. So it would speed up. With the hair dryers in between the layers, it would be really fast. So I would say the whole thing would be in 2 hours, roughly.
Good.
I mean, plus minus, but yeah, depends. Depends also how big we are working the surface is, you know, so.
How many questions people have in between, and yeah, so that delays also the process.
Yeah, but ideally, if everyone has a hair dryer and everyone wants to get the result done, we can do it in 2 hours. And I think it's with easier wine breaks and Prosecco's. So, and because I tested and I recorded the videos with the starter kit that are available on the website. So unboxing and then the preparing one of the jars. I did it all from the starter kits with all the materials which you would find inside the starter kit. And the time-wise, all the products we use, it's the same we use for in the big quantities on the production. All of them are fast-drying materials. So there is nothing so they really, even if we leave them just for 15 or 20 minutes, they will dry themselves quite fast. But just, you know, because there are a lot of steps, and if we follow all of them, just to speed it up, we can use a hair dryer. Although if you work yourself later, again, maybe more, decorating something more, you will notice that they all dry quite fast and they're all durable and water soluble. So it's quite easy to work with. So we can easily do an online shop and chat and wine and have fun. And then, yeah, I think in 2 hours we will be fine.
Awesome. Well, that's great. That's very exciting. Thank you so much. Anything else? And then, I mean, anyways, we'll have your website, you know, linked in the YouTube video that I'll be posting, and it will be everywhere. So you can, but just so that people hear it from you, could you give us your website?
Yes, the website is notbasic.store. So feel free to come there for inspiration. There are lots of material there. You can just see the designs of the products we have there and how we design them in the places, in the furniture, and how we combine them together. Some of them could be matched together, some of them could be different. So if you go to the notbasic.store, it's the same Instagram, notbasic.store, or YouTube, you would find all that pictures and videos and maybe inspiration ideas. I will share more with Ariane. If anyone has any questions, you can always write an email or contact through the website directly or Instagram. And then I hope that, you know, you get inspired to get something creative out of it. And recycled at home, it's so much we can do.
Well, especially nowadays, we have so many cans and jars and bottles, you know, right? So, I mean, this is the perfect time to do it. I'm very excited. Thank you, Yuliia. And
Thank you.
yeah, so that was really nice little break. And I think everyone's going to be very excited to learn a few new tips. And they're easy. They're just, you know, you just have to do the steps. Otherwise, I think it's something that anyone can do, because you have all the step-by-steps, you know, that you have prepared, and you are also present, you know, even if they need you by email. So I think that with all the information gathered and created, I think anyone can do it easily from home. But I really recommend that they sign up to your workshop, because it's much more fun, and we need each other. I mean, enough of being alone, right? We need to be a little bit
yeah, it's hard. Social distancing is really hard. Isolating ourselves in home, it's also hard. Although maybe for many of us, home office is nothing new. We used to maybe have a home office as an idea, or working from home from time to time. But not having the friends around, or not even have the possibility to meet together or do social activities together, it's really hard psychologically. So we should we should really connect all possible ways, and thanks to internet we really can be close to each other. We can connect and create together. There is nothing preventing us from that, and we can really have fun, and it will be really cheerful. I think it's also something new.
I agree.
Yeah, thank you again so much.
Thank you so much for
yes,
everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Aryan, for hosting. It was a pleasure. I hope we will meet again.
You did great, and I know that it's not easy to be speaking to a virtual, but these are all friends, friendly faces, people who really care to listen, who care about the topic, and practice makes all of us perfect. But thank you again so much, all of you, for being here, for those who keep coming back, and for the new ones.
Favorite way to be without fear is in